goth bitch problems, you know?
All right.
Don't I know it?
Oh, you want to start?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Woo! Welcome back, one and all, to the Abhorrent Cinema YouTube channel. Bow, 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 bow. Ooh. We are back with another installment of our interview series.
Interview with a Glampire.
Please welcome this episode's guest, the Ookie, the Spooky, the Megalamuki Ding Dang Dookie, Sailem from Hell.
That was an intro, Noah. That was like, I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep going, and then let's see what happens at the end of this intro.
I like it.
The Spooky Dookie of St. Louis. Spooky Dookie of St. Louis is actually not that horrible.
The Spooky Dookie of St. Louis.
That's me.
All right, Salem. We are so happy to have you on this little YouTube channel because you are, when I think of just like alternative, just like art, I definitely think of your name constantly with your music talent, your weird costumes, your unicorn costume, your Stranger Things costume. Like, geez, and then you're just all around badass street in like burlesque art and you being you.
For those of you in our audience who aren't aware, Sailem is an incredible fringe burlesque, gender ender, cosplayer, nerd diva, recording artist, and fabricator of gigantic costumes.
Oh, thank you.
So, Salem, I know you when you were, underage at bars performing with me when I didn't know. What got you into burlesque?
Oh, fucking Christ. We're getting in there.
How did you get into burlesque?
Well, long story short, because it's a long story, but let's just say, like everyone else, I accidentally found out about it. Like, yes, it was an accident. I remember I was looking at pole videos. I don't remember who the performer was, but she did a pole burlesque act, and I was like, I like that. I want to do that. And ever since I did my research, and this was like back in like the end of middle school, and like all throughout high school, I was like, I want to do this thing. I had no business probably looking at that, but
But you did, and here we are.
But I did, and it's funny because ever since I've been doing my research, I found out about Show Me, and oh God. And
so what Salem's referring to is the Show Me Burlesque Festival that happens in St. Louis. Sorry, go on.
Where we have all met each other in the flesh.
Yes. Yeah, I found out about Show Me, and I was just about to turn 18 around the time applications were due.
Okay.
So I had this grand idea to make an audition tape for Show Me, and this is getting really off the rails already. I, for context, in like February, I had the opportunity to direct the Black History Month play. Listen, it's gonna make sense in just a moment. I was in the office with my principal, and she's a lesbian. She's great.
Work.
And I went to a performing arts school. I was an artsy kid, whatever. And she was like, "What do you want to do when you get out of here?" And I was like, "I do burlesque." And then she was like, "Oh, okay." So I was talking about this festival, and I was talking about Show Me, and I was just like, I really want to do it, but like I have like nowhere to like do this audition, but I'm just gonna figure it out. Like, I don't know, like I think I have potential. And then I shit you not, this bitch was like, I'm gonna need your parents' permission, but what would you probably want to film this in the auditorium after school? And I was like, oh, word? And she was like, yeah, I would obviously need your mother's permission and you're of age and and all that jazz. But like, I really believe in my students' future, and I want to help you thrive. And I see that this is something that you really want to do. So I want to help you get there. Damn. And she was really fucking dope. And I asked my mom and I was begging and pleading. I was like, please, like, I really want to do this. Like, I really want to do burlesque. Like, I want to do this so bad. Like, I was on the verge of tears. Like, I wanted to do it so bad. And my mom was like, and this is after school. And I was like, yes. And she was like, all right, fine. So I filmed 3 acts, bitch. I was ready. I had 3 acts. I knew my lighting. I had everything. We had like, the drama room was connected to the theater. So like I used like the props from the theater. Like I used all of my resources and I made it happen. And I remember when I was done like filming and stuff, I like edited it and then like I sent it to Show Me. And Lola was like, who is this bitch? Where did it come from?
I would have loved to see Lola's reaction face to being like,
again, to make a fucking long story short, God, we'll have to make an extended version for that. But Lola emailed me back and she was like, listen, just come to the studio and let me mentor you. Let me help you. Like, I want you to do this. You obviously have a lot of talent. I don't know where the fuck you came from, but I got you, basically. And so I started taking classes and I graduated as a Van Ella Studios student, and now we're here.
Because you were with Bonbons for a while too, right?
Yes. I also joined the Bonbons. Lola invited me to, after I think a few months like after I graduated, she was like, do you want to be a Bonbon? And I was like, yeah.
I mean, Lola Van Ella, legendary mother.
Yes.
Mother.
So like your first gig as a burlesque performer was a festival.
Well, sadly, it was not.
Okay.
Oh my God, that would have been a dream. That was my goal.
Okay. All right.
I aim big, but unfortunately, I got the rejection letter. But honestly, I was so into the fact that she wanted to help me and mentor me more than the fact than just performing. I didn't even
gotcha
about the festival. I was like, the fact that you want to take a chance on me and like give me a chance to like learn from you is so much better than just being some fucking festival.
That's awesome.
Totally.
So did you know that you were going to kind of go like the nerdlesque horror route with your burlesque? Like, how did that come to be?
Honestly, at first I was like, I guess so. I'm not really sure, because honestly, I just wanted to do everything, and I wanted to, like, take it to the max, like, to the, like, extraordinary, like, level. But I do know that I did want to get into Nerdlesque. I've always wanted to perform at cons, and I'm so glad that I've had opportunities to do that, too. But, like, I want to perform at cons and, like, connect with, like, other nerds. Like, I knew I wanted to do that, and I also was like a goth bitch, so of course I had to do a bloody act like everyone else, and like I just like I have to, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do, which is crazy because like my first like I guess huge act was a cosplay act. It was like my Maleficent act where I turned into a dragon and shit. It was something that I think that was like one of the first like huge concepts I've ever thought of, and now I'm looking back, I'm like, all right, that's actually pretty cool for your first.
Oh, completely. I mean, that, when you did that at the like after show for the first night of Show Me that one year, that was the first time I saw you. And like,
what?
When you said about your high school filming, you said, I used everything at my disposal. That is exactly what I think about you. Like, I saw that fucking dragon walk through a dive bar, and I was like, this bitch used everything in the kitchen sink and left it all on that stage. Left it all on that stage. So, okay, you just said that you you kind of had an idea that you wanted to get into some nerdlasque shit for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
What are some of your favorite fandoms from when you were younger, and when did you start getting into that kind of realm?
I don't know. I think, to be honest, a lot of fandoms like intimidated me because of the fandoms. Like, I really wanted to get into Harry Potter, but I was kind of afraid to because like everyone was kind of pretentious sometimes. And like, I don't know, but like some fandoms I guess that I like was really into, like, don't laugh, but like I was really and still am, I'm like very heavily into Scooby-Doo. I don't know what it is.
Yes!
I fucking love Scooby-Doo.
Yes!
So much. Like,
hot Velmas are pretty great. If you haven't checked out Salem's TikTok, you can see some pretty great Velmas happening over there. That like PVC suit one, I'm like, dude.
Thank you.
Okay, I have to ask, are you a fan of the live action films?
Of Scooby-Doo? Bitch, I stan them. They are the best thing ever created on this earth. I will watch them like crazy. I will say I do enjoy, obviously, the first one more than the second one, but I still think that the second one like holds up like on their own level, you know?
Agreed.
Like, a lot of people give shit about the second one. I think they're both classics, just in very different ways.
Just in different ways. Yeah, I agree. Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard, he is such an interesting actor because he's been in so much horror films too. I mean, he was in he was in 13 Ghosts.
Serial Mom, if you count that.
Oh my God, Serial Mom, yes.
First time. I saw that for the first time and I was like, now wait a minute.
That is Shaggy Rogers.
Him and Scream.
Yes.
That psychotic mama's boy. My mom's gonna kill me.
I mean, I like to tell people to spit on me a lot, but no one more so than that scene where he's like,
she said everybody dies but us. Everybody dies but us. We're gonna carry on and plan the sequel, because let's face it, baby, these days, you gotta have a sequel.
Oh, yeah.
To be spit on from that rant would just be
like...
Not when he's actually spitting out blood.
All of it. Give it to me.
Well, okay, so Scooby-Doo so you like Velma, of course. Is it because of like the spooky crime or the spooky part of it, but still kitschy? Like, what is it about Scooby-Doo that you like?
I mean obviously it's just like part of like, I think it's part of everyone's childhood, like anyone's, but like, I don't know. I think it's just, it is that very like ooky, spooky, but like also just like kind of just like that cheesy feel. I love a good campy. I love some good spooky campy shit. I love it. Nothing can compare. I don't know. It's just something, it's just aesthetically just like fun to look at. And like the characters, like everyone has different personalities. I mean, they're very stereotypical personalities, but it's just like, it makes me happy. It just does. It just hits home for me. It's so cute. And it just, overall, I think it's like a really good chunk of like what Halloween kind of feels like for me. I just fucking like Scooby-Doo. I was trying to think of something deep, but I can't. Like, I just like it.
And that's okay. And that's okay. You have a lot of well-known characters in your acts. I mean, you have the Queen of the Damned, Stranger Things.
My favorite ever.
Do you think you're ever going to do like a Scooby-Doo act?
Oh, definitely. That was kind of the plan this year. I was gonna do a Velma routine, a kinky Velma routine with like bodysuit, everything. Yes. And I was gonna be like this. I was just gonna like, I don't know, like I was just gonna do a lot of things. It's still like a kind of a work in progress because like I obviously haven't had time to sit down and think about it because I wasn't gonna do it anyways this year because of everything. But like
coronavirus.
It was just gonna be everything. I won't give away any details because I actually don't know what's happening. But I actually had like two different ideas in mind, and one of them was a very campy idea where I couldn't find my glasses the whole entire act. Iconic. But like these different ghosts, it would be a group routine, like all these different ghosts would be around me and they would just be taking off my clothes. And I was like,
yeah.
I don't understand why I'm naked, right?
Even if you don't know the reference, you can still make it fun. And going into that, your Stranger Things act, how did that happen? Because as Noah said, you take everything under the kitchen sink and make it look good.
Oh, baby. I be trying so hard.
Where did this act and this costume like come from?
Oh gosh. So the year I believe Stranger Things came out, I was just obsessed. Like I couldn't take it. I don't know what it was that just like made me so obsessed, but I couldn't get enough of it. And everyone had an 11 act. Everyone had a Barb act. And I was just like, where is the Demogorgon? And I was like, you know what? I think it's because the costume is intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe no one knows what to do, but I know what to do. But I definitely think that this costume is very challenging to make, but that's not going to stop me, as we can see from Exhibit A of figuring out what burlesque was. But like, I wasn't going to let that stop me. So I will tell you how and what this costume is made out of.
Okay, great. That's what I wanted to know.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you because I don't think anyone knows. So I'm down to tell. But oh gosh, so the little face contraption thingamabob, I don't even understand how it happened, but my brain was like, "This is what you're doing." Literally went to the dollar store and bought fairy wings. I shit you not. I bought fairy wings. And I painted them, and I used like foam to make the little teeth, and I put them inside, and then I used like fake leather fabric to put like on the back. Like
wire and pantyhose material? Okay.
Yeah, so I could like bend it and,
Yeah.
Open and, make it look all wonky as much as I want to. And then to keep it around like my face, I had this choker, and I use like these really strong magnets. I think they're called earth magnets on both of the little things. And then like whenever I take it off and put it back on, like that's kind of how that works. And that's kind of how it was made. It's really weird.
It's incredible.
Thank you. I feel like there's probably a better way to make it, but
it worked.
Yeah.
So when did you start making stuff? When did you start figuring out how to build these incredible costumes?
I guess it all started with my Maleficent act, my dragon act, because honestly from there I was like, damn, if I can build this, I can do anything. So I was just like, if I can make a whole dragon head, I can go ahead and make a Demogorgon head, make some angel wings, do something. I don't know. But I think it all started from there. And I also was just inspired by looking at cosplayers and really fancy, rich burlesque dancers that can afford costumes. And I just was like, I want to do that, but I'm poor. So I'm going to try and make this a thing. And I think it just motivated me to just make something out of nothing, like we're all doing these days. I also wanted to inspire people and like remind them that like you can just make this. Like you can just do it.
So also your huge Pegasus wing.
Yes.
That you wore at Show Me for that amazing act. I know that was a lot of hard work, a lot of tears, a lot of love.
Yes.
So how did that act come to be?
I don't know. I think I've always wanted to make like some type of wings like that, but I didn't know necessarily like what for. And I remember Lola called me and was like, this is the theme this year and I would love for you to like do a thing. And I was like, okay, I'll let you know if I have an idea. And I give her the idea and then she was like, okay, cool. And like, I'm sure she wasn't expecting what I was going to bring because I don't even think I was expecting myself to do that. But I was just like, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen. And I definitely couldn't have done it without my current roommate right now, Gary. He like loves making weird shit like that, and I obviously did not have the tools in order to make it, so he kind of made the bones of it. But I spent countless like hours just like making the actual wings to slide up into it, and it was just a lot. It was a lot, but that's definitely where it came from. I've always wanted to, but as far as like concept and act wise, I didn't really know.
That's really, really cool. That was really cool outfit. That was really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. It kind of sounds like a main source of inspiration for you is like character based. Do you sort of see a character and get inspired to do something? Or is there another place that you tend to get inspiration from when you're formulating an act?
Yeah, I mean, like most of the time when I do like character acts, I do them to fulfill out my own fantasy or
work,
or like because I've seen acts of this character before, but I wanted to take a different approach that no one has, I guess, seen before, or like just like overall just like the costuming. Like, I just want to, like, make my own. There it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to make it my own. So it's, like, a mix of those, of where, like, doing characters like that for me. And, yeah.
Okay. All right. So that kind of, like, covers the gambit of your different character acts. Let's talk about some of your other acts that aren't, like, fandom-based, like Face Down, Ass Up for Satan, for example.
My God. Whoa! I haven't done that in a minute.
One of my favorite act titles ever.
Thank you.
Bar none. So yeah, what's the story behind that? How did that come about?
So me and Alora Fett, who is an awesome fire performer and burlesque dancer, we spent a summer/fall kind of doing fire together. I really wanted to do more fire. This was like back in 2018 or 17. I don't remember anymore. What is time? And we wanted to work together on something and do something weird. And there was a show that happens here in St. Louis every October called Little Bo Creep Show. And I've always wanted to be in that show, and she was like, "Oh, I want to like do a Halloween act. We should do like a Halloween act together since you do spooky shit." And I was like, "Yeah." And then we came up with this concept of just like doing this like weird ass satanic ritual for Satan, and the just casual things, nothing too crazy. We were just like, we're just gonna keep it simple.
Mm-hmm. As one does.
Yes, and just do like a beautiful tribute to our Lord Lucifer. So, I just we wanted to make it super extra, super dramatic, like use everything that we had. We made like the little like weird satanic like statue behind us with candles on, and then we do a little beautiful dance with the Soak fans, and then we do a lot of raunchy weird shit and take off our clothes, and then we show our asses to the audience, and that's why it's called Face Down, Ass Up for Satan.
Yeah.
You show your buttocks to an audience?
They sure do, Lily. And do you know why? Ask me why.
Why, Noah?
Because Salem is a dirty stripper hoe. Streaming on Spotify.
Yeah.
So going into this segment, Salem is an amazing recording artist and singer. They've come out with some amazing songs in the past couple months.
Easy for you to say, white girl.
Yes. With your Yes. Let the two weird white folks just take over that song. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that song, and then it's not called Hate Me, is it? What is it called?
It's Blame Me, but also you can do that too.
Blame Me, Hate Me, Blame Me, and then you came out with Dirty Ass Stripper Ho. What was that, last week, 2 weeks ago, a couple weeks ago?
I don't even remember what is.
A couple weeks ago. You can find them on Spotify. Is it under Salem or Salem of Hell?
Just Salem.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So they're coming out with some of stuff. And are you coming out with anything for the spooky season?
Well, if you must ask.
We must, darling. We simply must.
If you must ask, yes, October 1st, I decided it was a good idea that I saved Halloween and released a Halloween album.
So a full album, not just like one track.
Nope, just a whole ass album, a 9-tracked album full of spooky ass fucking songs. And it is titled Spookapalooza because it feels like a fucking festival. It's weird. It's a lot.
Okay, when did you start making music? What's your process? How do you tell me everything?
Okay. So I kind of started, like, I've been writing songs, like, believe me or not, but I've been kind of, like, writing songs, I think around, like, 2nd grade. They weren't really good songs, but I would just write things. Like, I would just write things, and I would come up with melodies, and I would never show anyone because I was shy. But, you know, I've been writing songs for basically forever, and I started, I guess, like, taking my music more seriously, like around 2015. This was the year that I graduated, and I had no job. I wasn't doing shit. I was doing burlesque a little bit, but I didn't have a job. I was still living with my mom, and I didn't go to college, and I was just very dedicated into being an artist, and I really wanted to just like fucking make music. And so I kind of just like, I don't know, did my own thing for a while, and then I started just like popping more like in burlesque. Like I started doing more gigs and kind of abandoned, I guess, my music career. I guess I just wasn't really inspired, but ever since 2020 hit for me, I realized that this is something that I really want to do, and this is what I want, and I think I'm pretty good at it. So I just was like, this is what I fucking want to do, and you guys keep fucking taking my shit down for other people's music anyway, so I just make my own music, whatever. And so, I don't know, that's just kind of how it happened, and I've always wanted to make music all my life, so, you know, I'm just really into it, and I kind of was like, maybe I should stick to like one genre, but like I'm at this point where I'm just gonna make whatever the fuck I want to. You know, like I'm not to any label, I'm not stuck with anybody. Like music can go in so many different directions, and it also shows how versatile I am, like musically. Like I can just do whatever the fuck I want, and no one can tell me what to do.
For real, for sure, absolutely.
And I feel like a lot of people put artists into categories.
Very.
And especially like, I feel like especially like with POC performers and artists, they will be categorized in very specific things that will be niche.
Yes.
And with you being into a lot of gothic stuff and being a Black person, like what has the process been being always a little different in every aspect?
Ugh. It just sucks because like, even sometimes I will get myself caught up in it. It's like, I need to be more like pro-Black, and I need to be like more like this, and I need to be like more like into protests and like but like I thought about it and I was like, dude, you being a Black person and existing in general is already like a political statement. So
no, for real.
It's like, I am already doing so much, just trying to live my life day by day. And also at the same time, you know, trying to tell my like white friends and Black friends like, hey, this is serious. Don't do that thing, you know? Like, I know that's like a very like dumbed down, watered down example, but that's basically what my brain does because I'm really exhausted like doing it like all the time. And I think I spent like, oh God, like most of my, like when I was like a kid, like most of my life, like believing, so gullible, but you know, that was just my brain, like believing that like we're all like equal and we're all the same, but like we're not, Loki.
Right.
It's like, and it sucked, and it really hit me. For me, it really hit me when I like experienced the Black Lives Matter movement in St. Louis when, you know, Michael Brown, like that whole shit happened, and I was like, oh wow, so like they don't like us, like that's a thing. And it just kind of, I don't know, like for me that was kind of like a wake-up call for me, like this has been happening forever and you just kind of been in your own world, but like you're a kid, like you know, you don't fucking pay attention to that shit, like, you know, like that wasn't something that I really paid attention to. And so, and I, of course I've been like kind of gaslighted my whole life into thinking that like this is just how Black people are, like Black people are just like angry and that's like how they are. And so, you know, I've always felt like, to tie back in, like I've always felt like that I had to be like a certain way. And, you know, I always felt like if you're going to be like a Black goth person, you need to be really committed and you need to be like goth for real. And it's just like, but like, I am, like, why do I have to prove that I'm a goth Black person? Like, I just am. Like, I don't know what that means.
Right.
In cosplay with white folks, like, oh, you can't be Black and be that character. It's like, well, they're not white either. They're actually from, you know.
They're not human. It's an elf.
Yeah, or like an elf, but apparently a Black Spider-Man is just unheard of.
Yeah, it's like, whoa.
And I know, like, obviously we don't have the same experience in a few aspects of life, but I mean, one reason that I live for you so fiercely is that I identify a lot with you as a person who like has such a wide variety of interests that you always feel like an outlier whenever you kind of come up to any of the communities you interact with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it sucks, but like you kill it all the time. And on that matter, 21st Century Burlesques voted #1 most influential burlesque performer in the world. Jeez Louise famously recently said, I am bigger than burlesque. And I see that resonating with so many people this year that like, even though we are all in burlesque and that's a thing we do, we have so many more talents. When I saw you starting to make music, I like that quote resonated with me. And I was like, yes, be out there. And that's, I mean, if I may gush, I mean, that's one of the reasons I think you're so incredible. It's just like, you know, it's like, what can't they do?
Math.
I am the same way. I can't do math for shit. What are some of your favorite horror movies?
Oh, horror movies. Oh my God. Okay. So y'all are about to find out some really weird shit.
Give it to us.
And it's gonna be like, what? But I don't, you know, as much as I love horror and everything about it, it's so weird because I kid you not, I hate most horror movies. And here's why.
Okay.
My attention span is not long enough for these slow ass fucking burns. They take so long to get to the good shit. It just takes so fucking long. It takes so long, but I have to say I really love the 80s like campy shit. Like that is for me. That is for me. I love that shit. But I think my favorite like horror movie of all time is The Shining.
And I feel like that movie's kind of a slow burn, though.
It's so weird because I don't know what it is about it, but it just hits my funny bones. Like, I really like that. I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's Shelley Duvall. I think it's my queen, Shelley. You know, she really comes through. I love her.
Hi, I'm Shelley Duvall.
Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
You know, I'm Shelley. I think also something that's newer, I would have to say, is I think it's something about an evil babysitter. It's on Netflix. I can't think of the name right now.
The Babysitter?
Yeah. Wow. The Babysitter. So dumb.
You already said your attention span's a little flighty. It's fine.
But, yeah, I mean, like, those are, like, my favorite movies. Okay, and, like, I love all they always end the same. They're always very stereotypical, but, you know, I love me a good Michael Myers movie. Like, I love me. I love me good. It's funny. He's a funny looking guy. He's not even that scary. Like, he's just funny. Like, it's just like, what is this guy? Like, he walks like so slow, but he still catches up with you somehow. I don't understand that. It's so stupid. Like, it's so good. Like, I love me a stupid, fun horror movie, okay? I mentioned my attention span is like 0 seconds. So, like, I don't know. He's just iconic.
So, no, we're getting to the end.
We are. We've been chatting up a storm, and we've talked about so many things. Time flies when you're having fun. But now I have with me compiled a few questions that I think every horror fan should be able to answer.
Oh God, I don't like tests.
We're not strict grading here. This is like Montessori, you know, very free form.
I'm ready.
All right. First up, Freddie and Jason. They're going at it. Who are you rooting for?
I think honestly, I would have to give it to. I think I have to give it to Freddie. I don't know. Maybe just because I have a weird crush on him.
I see that.
Burned face. Hello, Daddy.
I see that. And I mean, the camp factor.
I mean, of course.
The camp factor. Okay, we're going with Freddie. I feel like I probably know the answer to this, but vampires or werewolves?
Oh, shit. You know what? That's a complicated answer.
Okay.
Vampire is sexy. Obviously, you know, I got it on. But werewolves also very sexy and even more powerful. This is hard. You know what? I am 3 glasses of wine in, so I'm gonna make this decision off of my intoxication. We will have to say for now, because I'm biased, werewolves.
Oh, okay.
I love me a good, hairy, beefy bitch.
We love furries.
Female or non-binary. Yeah,
Hey.
maybe I'm a furry right now.
Hey, we love to see it. Alrighty. So, your ideal horror film, the horror film to end all horror films. Do you want to see a final girl or non-binary person? Final person or no survivors?
Ooh, you know what? None.
None. Kill them.
Everyone dies.
All right. Also, in this movie, is there tons and tons of gore, or are they off-screen kills?
Gore, come on, baby. Give me the bloods. The bloods? Wow. I really have been drinking.
The bloods?
Bloods and guts.
That is blood and guts. I made a new word. Bloods. All
Give
the
me the
horror
bloods.
fans use it now. Blood.
Hashtag bloods. Okay.
Love it.
Dramatic music stings or eerie silence?
Ooh, I love a good eerie silence. That makes me so uncomfortable. Yes.
Me too.
Yeah,
We at each other. I want to be agitated I want my
Right.
skin crawling. Yeah.
Oh God, we are not on the subject anymore, but you were talking about fandoms and I was blanking out. Goosebumps. Are you afraid of the dark? Period! What is wrong with me?
No, it's fine.
Okay, anyways.
.com.org. Okay. Jump scares. Are they scary or are they a cop-out?
You know what? As a person that loves horror, gore, all of that shit, jump scares piss me the fuck off.
Thank you.
Same.
Thank you. I hate when it's a fake jump
I hate them!
with a fake out, a fake out, a fake out. I was saying this on the other one. I hate them. I mean, I must admit though, the jump scares in Haunting of Hill House scared the shit out of me because they were so out of nowhere. Did anyone see Haunting of Hill House? No?
I actually have seen one episode and I didn't finish. Maybe I should.
Same. Same.
So, stop this for a moment. Okay, it gets good. You have to get through the first 3 episodes because
You know what? That's fair.
their jump scares are out of fucking nowhere. And that is what's so terrifying about, because they don't do many jump scares, but when they do, it is out of nowhere. So you're like watching really intently and then something happens and you never know when it's gonna happen. I would rewatch it. They're coming out with another one in October.
Now that there's going to be a season 2, I won't be crying as much. I'll be like, oh, there's more to watch. I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, give it a chance. It's good. It gets better.
And last, but certainly not least, who is your favorite Dracula?
You know, maybe I might get brownie points off of this, but I actually have never seen Dracula.
Okay, all right.
I've not.
The Dracula?
I should invest my time. I haven't done any, I know what Dracula is.
Sure.
Of course, duh, but I've never actually, I know, which is something, as horror fans, there are some things that you never think about that you haven't actually sat down and been like, oh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet. So maybe I should get my life together. Maybe I'm wrong and I'm trying to look it up before I make a fool of myself on screen. But wasn't Winona Ryder in a Dracula?
Yeah, she was in the Francis Ford Coppola film. That one's my personal favorite.
That's the only one that I've seen. Now that I think about it.
Okay.
Maybe it's that one because he was kind of fun.
Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman.
Why did I fucking lie? I guess I did. I just forgot.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, if you've never seen it, because you've only seen one, if you were casting a Dracula film, who, anybody in the world, would you want to cast as Dracula?
Me? No, I'm just kidding.
I'd watch that. I would totally watch that.
I said write-ins are acceptable.
Whoa! I don't know. That is so weird. You know what? I think it's because I just have an extremely hot crush on her. It's stupid. But I've only seen her in all of the Twilight films. Fuck it. Why not,
Please no.
Stewart? Why don't she fucking play? That'd be hot. A lesbian. And then I would be the love interest. And then
so monotone that that would work as Dracula.
Okay. I don't know. I think Kristen Stewart would be kind of.
And she still just has so much trouble just finishing her sentences.
Just like that. And then just very much that.
All answers are acceptable. I believe in this film that you are casting.
Can't wait.
Can't wait for it. Well, darling, we have talked about every subject under the full moon. Before we sign off, where can all the fabulous patrons of the arts at home find you?
Y'all can find me everywhere. Okay. Instagram. At Sailem from Hell. Sailem with an I. That's where everyone gets it twisted. I am a Sailem with an I. Basically everywhere. Sailem from Hell on Twitter. You want to see some titties uncensored and me sad tweeting? That's where you can find me. Also, Sailem from Hell on TikTok. If you want to see a lot of just like, you know, I only post like every other week or so. I don't know. Whenever I fucking feel like it, that's where you can find me on TikTok as well. And if you want to listen to my music, I only got 3 songs up for now. But by the time you're watching this, an album will be out. Go to Sailem, Sailem, on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music. I'm everywhere. I'm worldwide. My shit is everywhere. That's where you'll see me.
Love it. Look them up. Thank you, one and all, guests and ghouls, for tuning in to the Abhorrent Cinema. I'm Noah Gray.
I'm Lily Rascal.
Thank you ever so much to this week's guest, Sailem from Hell. We'll see you next time, everybody. Until then, happy
haunting.
Did you get the spooky wave memo?